Hello, everybody. Glad to be here with you guys today. We have quite the show in store, whether we have 100 people here or 40 people here. It's quite the lineup of what we want to get into today. I want to give a shout out to Coochie Boy. Also want to give a shout out to Quant Papa in regards to some of the findings they had in regards to the big news of the day, PayPal with crypto. We're going to talk about that, why it makes sense, why you should pay attention to that. We have a whole outline in regards to that. Maybe some of you guys feel as though, any talk about stable coins is boring. Not necessarily so. There's a bigger picture on why we should pay attention to some of these things. We're always talking about, the institutional money, the indicators of bigger things to come and so on. Also included in the outline is some bullish news about XRP. And let's face it, the overall crypto market. As you guys saw in the thumbnail, what's going on with BTC? Are we going to hit some big goals here soon? And is there going to be some good news instead of some of the bad? We did talk about the last couple of weeks that in August, basically speaking, we would see some pullback. What is, just that pullback and so on. So we're going to get into all of it. And to round things off with the outline, we're going to talk about something that has been brought to my attention here recently based off the last Jasmy video, and that is Shiba Inu, SSI, comparing Satoshi Kusama, excuse me, I always mess up his name. It's called Mr. Kusama. SSI compared to Jasmy. Is there like a direct correlation there? Are they the same thing? Is it Shiba Inu's personal data locker? We're going to do a compare and contrast with that to kind of round things off. But thank you guys again for being here. Smash that like if you haven't done so already. I'm going to turn some banners back on. And yeah, let's welcome a few of you guys. It's going to be a good show. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So in the process of turning some of this back on, let's start off with the first comments. And in the process of doing so, let's check out the other screen. All right. Looks like we're pretty good. We got 19 likes. And let's welcome the first comment of the day. Might have got erased because we had a 15-minute delay. But this is what I see currently. It is from Brittany. Thank you for being here, Brittany. She says hello. Always a pleasure, Brittany. Thank you again for being supportive of CTN. Really appreciate you, Brittany. All right. On top of that, we got the one, the only Tim Shea, who says, hey, glad to have you here. Mayor Crypto, representing the 589th. Boy, you're going to like what you see today. I'm sure you're already on top of it, so you probably know where I'm going with this. But welcome again, Tim Shea, Mayor Crypto Commissioner. All right, Jaya Prakash, if I pronounce that right. I don't believe you guys almost lost everything. Okay. Again, none of it's financial advice, but you're more than welcome to watch the show, Jaya. It's kind of interesting comment. All right, let's go further down. OG Crypto saying hello to Tim. Bottom line is never buy the top of the mountain, right? Know your stuff, right? Do your own research. Let's also welcome OG Crypto, Mr. Gangsta. And we're also going to welcome Boomer F and Sooner. Boomer F and Sooner. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. The Aussie Life. Hey, y'all. Hey, Big Max. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty well. Still trying to get over this ankle problem I have. Just kind of give you guys a heads up. So the reason why it was so extremely painful last Friday is a combination of two factors. Listen to this, which sounds bad. I actually had gout and a sprained ankle at the same time. Yeah, it was horrible. I'm gonna stay away from processed meats, like Oscar Mayer from now on. Tastes good, but it's horrible for you. And I'm gonna go with the fresh cuts instead. Anyway, I'm gonna lay off of that for a while too. Yeah, no bueno. All right, Max is late. You got blue white eyes open. That's okay. It's your fault because you were bugging. No, you weren't bugging me. All right. No. You're good. You're good. You're good. Let's read this again from OG Crypto. You got excited, found some great news about XDC Oracle. Awesome. He's got a lot of comments today. OG Crypto. He says he's not sure he's going to talk about it, so no, you're fine. No worries, my friend. But yeah, Aussie Life, glad to see you, Mr. Dingy, aka Daniel. Welcome. And we got GS in the house. Welcome back, GS. Let's see. If I don't see anything, you will, because it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I might not be able to talk about that tonight, but you're more than welcome to talk about that. Landy Flowers, Max, what's up? Welcome back, Landy Flowers. I remember you from last time. Consider change your avatar, right, to speak something more about who you are and what you're about, but that's okay. You don't have to. Cool Cat Crypto's back. Welcome back, Cool Cat Crypto, Mr. Triple C. Salamander in the house. We're just going to welcome a few more of you guys, and we're going to get into the outline here in a bit. Jaden Toko, what up, bro? Love your work. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Well, at least we got one Jaden out of the two that might appreciate it. As the saying goes, you're all responsible for your own actions. None of this is financial advice. If you want somebody to blame for you getting wrecked, you got to own up to that responsibility. I hate to say that. Not you, but you know where I'm going with that. XXI Gaming, welcome back, man. Hey, out of curiosity, I don't want to just say this, right? You guys think I don't notice certain things on crypto Twitter? Havoc. I was like, why is XXI Gaming always talking about Havoc over and over again? And I looked more into it, and I'm not saying getting into it, but it was very interesting to see 9 days ago went up to all-time highs. And it basically burned like, what is it, two or 3 0? I think 2 zeros, right? So I don't know. I look more into it. Maybe I'll talk more about it. I don't know. But I can see why you're a little bit enthusiastic. I mean, anything that anybody's invested in, right? If you shed 2 zeros or more, you're gonna be talking about it. So yeah, Havoc. CMC. I've been kind of reading up about it here and there. Probably don't know about it as much as you do, but it definitely caught my eye because you literally, like, almost every day you're posting something about it. Oh, Max don't notice nothing that we do. Yeah, I notice everything you guys do. How about that? But welcome back, XXI. Boom. All right. Salamander XDC Commander's back. Glad to have you here, Sal. Always appreciate you. Max is out with the gout. Yeah, it was bad, but I mean it's like half gone now, so I'm a lot better. Rick Cogswell, my Jasmy to the moon. Welcome. Glad to have you here. And let's see what else we got here. Your top 3: Jasmy, QNT, and Bone. I think I saw you do that update not that long ago. Yeah, a little bit of Jasmy in the news. We're gonna do a compare and contrast, just real quick. It ain't gonna be like a super deep dive. In regards to some of the new news about Shiba Inu. So if you hold SHIB, you're patiently waiting, Shibarium. A lot of us are, right? I still have a bunch of SHIB. We should talk about that. You know what I mean? Like, maybe not a lot of content creators are talking about the whole thing of, the comparison of SSI with Jasmy's, personal data locker. Well, I'm going to talk about it. We'll get into that here in a bit. Magic Power, welcome back. He says, hello. Guten Tag, the Liechtenstein Exchange. Jasmy with the Rice Crop Consortium in the house. I threw in that little tidbit. All right. Cash Cats is here, obviously. Jonathan Fernandez is here. Jonathan Fernandez? Oh, wait a second. I thought it was Jose Fernandez for a second. I was going to say that's one of my students from last year. Didn't sign up for the calendar year this year. Got to do this whole work at home thing. Got to take care of my dad. He's going to be 89 next month, less than 1 month, on September 6th. All right. Does anyone know exactly why Jasmy was on the news? That was old. That is old. But it's still very cool that it's been reported. So I just want to throw that out there. That is not recent news. That did not happen, like over the weekend or anything like that. But nonetheless, it was nice that somebody from Japan, took it, chopped it up, and showed everybody, right? Especially with all the FUD that happened in the past. People saying that, you know, Jasmy was never in the mainstream news and blah, blah, blah. Okay. You just don't have the access that somebody else has. So either way, it's a good thing. Yeah, man. No problem. Landy Flowers says, Max, really appreciate your faithfulness, keeping us current. I try to. I mean, some things I might not just report on because it's just like, okay, that was oversaturated. It was already reported on. But I do try to keep you guys informed. I'm a big fan of Jasmy, obviously, other ones and so on. I still have new goals for my Jasmy. I like Jasmy. Obviously, I love Jasmy. Stuff like gonna be, oh yeah, you love pumping your own coin. That's just so ridiculous. You know what I mean? Even if I had like 100,000 followers, it's just that whole notion that one content creator could thread the needle. It just goes to show how naive people are. Even if we had a platform of like 200,000 people, don't get me wrong, right? Some people would be like, well, maybe a little bit. Reality is this: is that utility and emotion to have a big following and people go out and buy the token? Utility and motion is actually the personal data loggers, that utility being used. Some people just don't understand some of these things. All right, Cash Cats, how about BitBoy flooded my Jasmy this morning? Ben called it a fan token. You can call it whatever he wants. I mean, nothing against him. This is where we agree to disagree, but it's okay. Magic Power, after the crypto-friendly developments in Japan and throughout Asia, Jasmy is now going public with commercial on Japanese state television. Well, the last one I saw that you guys, I think for the most part, saw, that was a little bit of an old one. But if they got some new thing, then that is news to me, and I have to, of course, freshen up on my, knowledge or recent news. I too, hey, I get informed just like you guys do. Sometimes I get informed before others. Sometimes I don't. But nonetheless, I'll have to look more into that. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to welcome Patient and a few more of you guys like Orb, a.k.a. Brian Dowie. Welcome, Brian Dowie. Always a pleasure to have you here. Stump Rider, and we're going to go to the bottom and also welcome Mr. G.F. Burke. Let's kick it into the outline of what we have. We're going to start off with what's going on with the whole concept of BTC hitting some price targets that we need before we can get blast off. Please smash the like if you haven't done so already. Again, like I mentioned, we are at 30 likes. Let's get into the outline of what we have tonight for you guys on this Monday. All right. So over the weekend, this is something that we normally do here if you've been paying attention. And that is when Mondays come, I give you guys the week review from the previous week. And of course, like I mentioned, I'm an annual subscriber to Investor Place, but they got a lot of good info that is worth sharing. Everybody's paying attention to what's going on with BTC, Ethereum, because, like I said, it represents 81% of the overall crypto market. I'm going to pay attention to it. I experienced a bull run in the past, bull market in the past. Some of you guys have experienced more than one. Some of you guys haven't experienced any of them, but you're going to get there. That's the point. All right. So here we go. This was over Saturday, and of course, share it for you can see it on the screen. And here we go. All right. So weekly update. And on this weekly update, it's going to flow very, very well. I got some things I want to bring to your attention in regards to PayPal, some of the stablecoin bills that became AX, the whole 9 yards. Again, smash the like if you appreciate good, solid research, content, and so on. Can't thank you guys enough. It's been a very humbling experience to be with you guys on a consistent daily basis here at CTN. All right, let's talk about this weekly update real quick. This was reported on Saturday. So, of course, we don't do weekend shows anymore, so you guys get it on Monday. Basically speaking, short-term buying opportunities are on the horizon. The crypto markets once again flatlined this last week. They did, as risk-off sentiments spread across all financial markets due to shocking spike in long-term treasury yields. Again, this is a report from Luke Lango, Charlie Shrem, and if you're not familiar with who they are, keep in mind Luke Lango, Caltech, they work for the LA Dodgers, data analytics, also the Philadelphia 76ers. Charlie Shrem, part of the Bitcoin Foundation, literally been invested since it was $5. So these guys, again, in my opinion, 9 times out of 10, they got it right. I've done very well with some of their recommendations, especially Filecoin and some other ones. The Graph, Audio. How about this? My first ISO 222 investment token or coin, Stellar Lumens. We're really big on Stellar Lumens. All right. So we talk about the flat line. We're maintaining a very positive medium-term stance on the crypto markets. They, of course, believe of the great short-term buying opportunity is fast approaching. I have mentioned to you guys numerous times over the last couple of weeks that even though, I want to let my emotions get ahead of me and, get into this particular asset because everybody's talking about it and so on with Caspo or some of these other ones, I feel as though there's going to be a pullback. What exactly is this pullback? Well, we're going to get into that here in a bit. But it says, when it comes to crypto markets, it's becoming increasingly clear that there are 3 prevailing truths which are driving the action. So it's just instead of just basing everything on popular opinion, let's dive into this for just a brief moment. This is not a super long part in regards to what we have from Investor Place, but nonetheless, check this out. So look what's bolded here for a moment, right? Lack of regulatory clarity in the United States. When we get to the end of this outline, you're going to see some things from Patrick McHenry is going to talk about just that regulatory clarity. What is that all about? And if anything, are we that much closer to where we need to be? Well, it says this, of course, is keeping a lid on people willing to participate in the blockchain economy and to buy cryptos, thereby putting a price cap on BTC and, for instance, those altcoins. Most of us, I would imagine, that are watching this show or even are new to the whole concept of crypto are heavily, I shouldn't say heavily, but, if you had to pick one or the other, you're probably more invested into the altcoins. Says this past week, GameStop discontinued its crypto wallet amid regulatory uncertainty. Revolut also announced it would disable its crypto platform in October. We see some of this news and we think to ourselves, man, what the, can we get a break here, right? It seems like a little bit of a, doom and gloom. But yeah, even Revolut, right? No longer allowing users to buy cryptos and forcing liquidating any remaining cryptos and customer accounts at market prices. My original platform that I bought my first crypto ever was Robinhood, Dogecoin, obviously, right? That was an entry point for a lot of you guys, right? I talk about being coming fresh off the ship of Robinhood and then jumping into Uniswap and all this other stuff. It's just uncharted territory. It's very intimidating for a lot of people who just they feel like they don't know what they're doing. Right? You might even send it to an address that's you never got any confirmation. You did things the wrong way. You didn't do your own research. But it says the support for broader crypto ecosystem in the United States is fading because of the lack of governance. That's the bottom line. Governance. Remember that. This trend won't reverse until the regulatory picture becomes significantly clearer. We're going to get again into that. So this part, the regulatory picture in the United States becoming clearer slowly but surely. I feel as though read enough about it to have a broader sense of where we're at right now as we speak. But there's going to be, in my opinion, significantly more clarity by the end of the year. Some people aren't on board on this, right? Maybe even that guy from earlier, basically saying, hey, I don't believe you. It's not about if you believe me or not, right? It's not about if you watched the show earlier and everybody in the comments is yeah, BTC is going to crash to 12K or below, or Dan Pena, all this is going to zero, right? Not going to zero, even with lost seed phrases would prevent it from going to zero. So what the heck is everybody talking about here? It says this past week we observed signs. I reviewed signs as well. That's why I'm bringing it to you guys. It says that regulators and politicians are willing to make progress towards creating an enforceable regulatory framework for the crypto industry. All right, we talk so much about Japan, DFFT. We're talking about now the United States. We live in the United States, the majority of us. A lot of us, of course, that watch the show are from overseas, and that's okay. But even you guys that watch from across the pond and so on, do pay attention to what happens here in the U.S., and rightfully so. So basically speaking, the House Financial Services Committee did pass legislation which essentially provides the CFTC with jurisdiction over cryptos and minimizes the SEC's power in shutting down the crypto industry. Goes on to also mention that there's very little bipartisan support in this bill beyond the HFCS, and therefore there will be more of what they call, quote, step in the right direction than a fix. Now, again, when we get towards the end of this, I want you to make your own decision, draw your own conclusion. Do you feel as though that this is the case? We are growing more optimistic on SEC's crypto stance. They become more increasingly less combative towards the industry. Now, we always point out, if you can't beat them, join them. Is that what's really, really going on? Or basically speaking, they just have Wall Street in their best interest the whole time, and that was the underlying factor. And of course, where Wall Street has their assets tied up with who? The BlackRocks of the world, and look where the BlackRocks of the world are at, and so on. Again, does it seem like it's all by design at this point? It seems too conspiracy, right? When you add up everything, it seems like might be a combination of both. Recent reports suggest that the SEC told industry leaders that they're willing to review Ethereum ETF applications, and shortly thereafter, a flood of Ethereum ETF applications came in. Yeah, we saw that. We've been paying attention to that. Things are certainly improving on the regulatory front. They are far from fixed, but they are getting better. And here's another note. Once we pass these regulatory hurdles, cryptos are likely to boom higher on the back of a risk on financial asset boom in 2024, 2025. For me personally, like I've always mentioned, I feel as though towards the end of 2025, that's when things were going to be really awesome. We cover ISO 222 for a reason. Full implementation, November 2025. Unless something gets delayed, I don't really see that happening this time around. The simple fact that BTC, since we're talking about tonight, is still up 75% year to date, even in the face of aforementioned enormous regulatory hurdles, is a testament to the buying pressure in this market. No matter what you've seen on other channels, talking about, people just commenting and they don't do more of their own research. Oh, everybody in the comments on the live show is saying that we're going to go to 12K. So I'm going to hop on the board and also say everything's going to crash and burn and go down to 12K based off of what? What? What are they presenting to you? Are they just presenting a narrative, or are they backing anything up with actual data? I've been consistent about that for many months now. Remove that headwind and boom, and unite the fourth crypto boom cycle that we've been talking about since late last year. We therefore believe that investors are best off for waiting out this regulatory chaos. You got to make your own decisions. It's not financial advice. On the other side of this tunnel lay potentially very big profits. Right, there's still money to be made by the end of 2023 if you're smart about it. But if you're very, very excited about that long-term approach, you can be what the typical noob does. I don't mean that any disrespectfully. And that is you buy and you hold. Buy and you hold on what? The life-changing generational wealth. Oh, this guy don't know squat. He wears a freaking Filipino ice cube hat. What does the darn P stand for, man? You trying to make Portland Compton? No, it ain't about that. It's just a hat. But I'll tell you this much. I think there is generational wealth to be made. And want to know something? If you can make generational wealth within the next 2 years, wouldn't you sign up for it? Even if it wasn't called crypto? I know I would. I wouldn't want to pay a little bit more attention to that. But at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you, your family. And guess what? Maybe you got to let your emotions just, pump the brakes, as the saying goes, and say, yeah, let's hear what this guy has to share. In other words, we're looking for short-term pain and long-term gain. Right? No pun intended, right? You guys seen that movie. So our investors, are we going to stay on the sidelines? I'm not going to stay on the sidelines anymore. No. Technical work suggests great short-term buying could arrive this month. Last week, we told you that BTC was tracking a very predictable 2 steps forward, 1 step back pattern. I'm going to talk about that here in a bit too, right? Going to give you an idea of the concepts of the whole talk about an actual pullback. I mean, we talk about pullbacks, but do you really understand what a pullback really, really is? It says that this 2 steps forward, 1 step back pattern, wherein local bottoms were achieved at the support line in BTC's 2023 breakout channel. All right, so look at this. BTC continued to track this pattern this past week with the relationship being eerily close. Here's a representation of that. This is kind of like basically the same thing we showed you before. But again, like I said, BTC seems to be following just that, the 2 steps forward, 1 step back price action. And you think I'm full of it, base it off of your own, look into it more yourself. The chart doesn't lie in that regard. It's not based on opinion. It's based on looking at what the actual chart says. I always said this before, and he says it all the time. Shout out to Mike Cornwell. Numbers don't have emotions. But you know what has plenty of emotions? People in multiple comments on multiple shows who just listen to, the majority of the people in these comments on these shows say BTC is going to crash to 12K. Well, I guess I should listen to what everybody says. Don't listen to what everybody says. Hell, don't even listen to what I say. Look more into it yourself, right? Just because I got a chart here, look more into it yourself. And if anything, what am I citing this from, right? I teach. I might not be teaching this year because I got to take care of my dad, and nothing against him. But we always, as teachers or even instructors, right, because I taught at the collegiate levels too, we always provide our students 2 citations, 2 references. Got to have something to back it up. So this comes from Bloomberg Financial. You might have that. Bloomberg. Oh, that's just a bunch of, left wing, whatever. I'm basing off the chart. There's other charts. Go to other outlets. Do whatever you got to do. Do your own research. Assuming this pattern persists, BTC should grind lower than, or I should say, until late August. Remember we talked about wait until August. If you want to load up on what you feel as though you should load up on. Don't get me wrong, but have a proper portfolio manager. This is why you have a watch list, because even with massive pullbacks and so on, there could always still be a few in your portfolio that will have greater significant sales, if you will, right? And of course, act upon that. I took advantage of that last time around, right? Tripled my position in Algorand, for instance. Why would I do that? Because it was roughly around slightly under 10 cents. IOTA, under 15 cents. BSV, $25. You get my point. There's going to be ones that are on sale, right, that you may not have been aware of. And how can you track it unless you have a tool to help you track it? All right, look at this, guys. It states, assuming this pattern persists, then BTC should grind lower than late August, at which point we'll find support at 28,400. Remember the magic number, 28,400, 28,400, 28,400, and then boom, high towards 35,000. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Am I teaching dance class? No, I am not. But I'm just trying to get you guys to remember a few things. Is that a likely outcome? Like I said, they think so. How so? They've been pretty consistent about this for a while. We therefore are waiting to execute our crypto shopping spree until BTC grinds lower towards that 28,400 level and confirms support there. Oh, I'm brand new to Jasmy. Oh, I don't understand why this Jasmy thing is crashing. It's going down. I should listen to that guy with the stupid, puppy dog avatar who constantly floods Jasmy on crypto Twitter. He obviously knows everything. This guy posts the same chart all the time. I will listen to him. I will base all of my financial discoveries based off a guy with a freaking puppy avatar who continuously floods Jasmy. If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. But at the end of the day, understand this, right? Support levels, retracements, pullbacks, all of that. It says if we get these 2 things, it'll become time to buy. I'm not saying that you have to buy. It's not financial advice, but you know what? I pay attention to this. I literally pay for an annual subscription. I listen to these guys. Sometimes they're wrong, but most of the time they're right. And I go by their backgrounds. Again, the Dodgers, last I checked, multi-billion-dollar, franchise, same with the 76ers and so on. Guy went to Caltech. Not everybody gets into Caltech. No, it's not an Ivy League school. But you know what? I like to listen to smart people. It says, but for now, patience remains our best friend. Patience has been my best friend. You know how many times, like for instance, we talked about Shiba Inu before, and I was like, you know what? Oh, I should just give in. These guys are saying that Shiba Inu is going to crash, and I'm a fool for buying over 1 billion, tokens of Shiba Inu. Man, I freaking went through that course, and I rode that thing for about 6 to 7 months. And you know what? that 8K investment 11x. And oh my God, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even be talking to you guys about any of this stuff. All right, shout out to Cool Cat Crypto. I want to share this for Triple C real quick. Anybody else that holds Adam. Here's some things that is worth pointing out. Evmos, the EVM compatible Cosmos. Atom USD is, like I said, chain, Cosmos chain launches version 2.0. This new version of Evmos is cross-chain by default, doesn't utilize bridges, which are known to be risky, introduces and improves other development capabilities. Now, before we kick it back into the next part, what we have to take a brief pause, because if I don't do so, I'll be like 2 hours behind in the comments. So with that said, please smash that like. We have more, obviously, for this outline about what we just talked about, and I want to get into some of this. So thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for being here. Again, please smash that like. Let's see how we're doing on the likes. We're currently at 38 likes. We can do a little bit better, but nonetheless, let's try to get this out to a broader base of people. All right, let's also get back into the comments. Currently speaking, I think the next comment that we'll get into might be a question or a specific comment, which is always a good thing. And let's see here. Dingy states 0.1% of WorldCoin is in circulation. Very, very high risk getting wrecked. Yes, absolutely. You can get potentially rugged, right? That's a big thing. But some people are saying that, the concept of like they don't like CBDCs and so on. Anybody that understands freedom will never freely hand over the rights of their identity and so on to like the government and so on. You see people literally standing in line just to freely give away all this information just for a few coins, tokens, whatever it is. All right. Triple C says Costco has some good frozen tilapia. That is great. Okay. Yeah, you almost called it Cosmos. Cosmos at Costco. Anyway. All right, let's go further down. Let's also welcome Crypto Jedi. You've experienced one bull. Yep, that's the last one I experienced too. So shout out to you, man. Boom. Let's welcome Crypto Jedi. Give me a follow over on not Crypto Twitter. You can do that as well, but also on YouTube. I was going to say, give me a follow on YouTube. If you got any new videos, Crypto Jedi, let us know. We'll be more than glad to share them. I want to welcome Mr. Crypto, Jasmy Coin, and Elmo ERC will make millionaires pay attention. We'll welcome. Interesting Cheetos that you got there. Let's see what kind you got. Okay. Cheetos. Oh, there's the Cheetos balls. That's good. Good stuff. All right. We're also going to welcome a few more of you guys in the comments here in a second. We also got Hugh Janus. God, I messed that up right there. Anyway, Pepe Max in the house. Well, welcome. That's quite the interesting avatar you got there. My God. One thing to have a Coney Island, right? But to have a green one, that is something. All right. Rick Cogswell, welcome back. Barry welcomed me earlier. TZ88, welcome. Glad to have you. Crypto Jetta says he started buying Energy Web Token and has low supply and great partnerships. That's good. I'm going to try to get into that myself. Hopefully before the next cycle, what we're getting into, right? Not at the tail end of the accumulation phase, but we'll see what happens with that. All right, let's read a few more. Magic Power says Ando and Sato, as former Sony CEOs, have very strong ties in Japan government and business community. Both will do everything possible to advance Jasmine. Yeah, good stuff. Okay. I'm gonna see what else we got real quick. Anything specifically like a question? Comment. This is a good one. Also saw XRP is expected to burn about 25,000 per day. That's true. Just a mere 2,900 years to burn. I'm sure they're gonna burn more than that. I mean, but I hear where you're coming from. All right. Let's see here. I want to welcome Elon Muff, aka Mike Cornwell. Emotions are for sissies. Numbers don't give a flying F. All right. Give me your thoughts. Yes, I love your avatar. I hope everyone voted for Pedro. Well, you would have done a hell of a lot better. Never mind. I don't want to get into that conversation, right? Don't make it divisive. Cash Cats, welcome everybody. And what else we got up in here? All right, let's read a couple from Magic Power. Jasmy must have everything important prepared by BTC halving, April 2024. Own blockchain, interoperability, hyperledger, PDL, and lockup, etc. Large partnerships and applications will then follow, and hype will cause the Jasmy price to explode. Yeah, but even with 100K BTC, like we talked about before, you can even write off the coattails of that, and that doesn't hurt anything either. All right. I love these guys that are going to jump back in when the markets bottom out. All right. Let's read this from Mike Cornwell. He's been grabbing some GST. It was $10 and it's now 0.0123. Okay. $9 million market cap on big exchanges like Coinbase. I have to look into that more than GST. All right. Jose, welcome. Jay, I know who you are. I think I don't notice you, Mr. Rascally Wabbit you. No, I'm kidding. Thank you so much for the awesome art that you've been making with the Q&T and so on. Keep it up. Good work. He says Jay's here, or as my wife would say, yay. Yay, man. All right. Welcome to Jay. Glad to have you here. And Corey B-Bay is in the house. All right. So what we're going to do now is going to double check the other screen, make sure I didn't miss anything. Black Wiz also here. Got to have you here, Mr. Blackwood. Blackwood, always up to no good. Even Hollywood. You know, I'm going with that. Dr. Dre, Tupac. Anyway. All right. So we're going to continue what we have. Can just leave you guys just off of that last part, right? That would have been like, what the heck, right? That's not a good outline. Again, please smash the like. We're at 43 likes. I know there's other shows going on, and that's okay. I just want to give you guys like a heads up real quick. You know, we talked about the pullback. So just giving you a heads up real quick, basically. You know, there's talks about a pullback, but well, you know, there's pullbacks in stocks, there's pullbacks in like FX. Like, what about pullback in crypto, right? So a pullback is a moderate drop or slowdown in assets or commodities price after a continuous upward trend. Because pullbacks are considered a temporary pause before resuming its upward journey, it can offer, of course, great opportunity to invest. We know about that, right? Especially for traders looking to make an entry into an aggressive market. Well, what about a volatile market, right? Yes. Well, let's jump into a little bit more of what we have. And, you know, like I also want to point out is some of these things real quick. And I don't have it on the screen here, but in a bit, but I'm going to jump into the PayPal section. I just want to get you guys a little broader definition of a pullback. I mean, pullback seems kind of self-explanatory, right? But not necessarily. So a pullback, like it says, temporary reversal in the upside price action of an asset or a security, right? We know that, you know, the SEC would just love to label all of this as securities. Yikes, right? The duration of the pullback, if you're wondering, like, how long does that typically last, is usually only a few consecutive sessions. Longer pause before the uptrend resumes is generally referred to as consolidation. Pullbacks can provide an entry point for traders looking to enter a position, whether, you know, other technical indicators remain bullish, right? Or are we going to get to that point after late August where things get really, really bullish? You know, we're not right at a true Fed pause. We got hints of it in the past, but that wasn't the true Fed pause. Traders can use limit orders, right? Yeah. What's her name? Caroline. Remember how she used to talk? She didn't believe in limit orders or any of that, right? Stop entry orders. You could take advantage of a pullback to get in on the primary uptrend. That's the bottom line. All right. I want to show you guys this. I'm going to share this on my screen now. Shout out to both Quant Papa and also the one and only Coochie Boy, CTN sideline reporters, basically. So one of the hot news trends of today was PayPal. Now, kind of funny how, again, not funny, haha, but just funny how everything works out when it comes to the concept of not just, you know, if you can't beat them, join them, but like, was everything planned years ago? Now, you saw all this talk about X.com in the past, and, you know, Twitter is no longer Twitter. It's now X. I did that video, Q&T, Elon Musk. You got DMX on it. The middle, X gonna give it to you. Shows the darn X logo. Pearson, the former Twitter bluebird upside down, right? What's up with all that, right? Well, we know, for instance, that Elon Musk used to be part of PayPal, right? Check it out. Here's the report. Today, as in from PayPal, we are unveiling a new stablecoin, PayPal USD, called Pi or PYUSD. It's designed for payments and is backed by a highly liquid, secure asset. Now, again, I just want to state this. That video I did today, some people, it's kind of mixed. Some people were like, well, so what if Gilbert Verdian many years ago pointed out the whole concept of, X.com and so on, and that, Twitter was eventually going to be changed to X, and, X is going to be used for payments. Well, again, understand where Elon Musk's history was. If he was heavily involved in PayPal, and PayPal, of course, I still use PayPal. I think some of you guys still use PayPal. But, they have entered a while back, I think it was like over a year ago, offering a few cryptos, not a lot, but a few, that you can purchase off of PayPal, right? So what's up with all this, right? Is this perfect timing from PayPal? That's the bottom line. So starting today and rolling out in the next few weeks, you will be able to buy, sell, and hold and transfer Pi USD. Now, what the heck is Pi USD other than just PayPal stablecoin? Well, you guys know me. I decided to take more of a deeper dive into this. We'll get into that in a second. But nonetheless, let's play this. Please smash that like. Thank you for being here. Here we go. All right, so there you guys go in regards to that real quick. What I want to now jump into is straight from PayPal, believe it or not. So check this out. This is worth paying attention to. So I already reviewed all of this, literally all of this. And what I want to show you is a few key things that you're going to see, obviously, from the PayPal site. PayPal stablecoin. PayPal stablecoin. Sounds crazy just to even think about. But it says designed for payments. It has that 1-to-1 ratio that we're accustomed to. Introducing the new cryptocurrency PayPal USD. PYUSD is a stablecoin backed by secure and highly liquid assets. As PYUSD rolls out, you'll be able to buy, sell, hold, and transfer in their app. Now, this part, I'm going to highlight some key things, right? If you are the type of person that's going to nerd it up. So, this part right here, it's a stablecoin backed by secure and highly liquid assets. There's a reason why they're posting this. I'm going to get into the whole thing about Congress, and you know where I'm going with this, right? So they want it to be clear right on the front page, that statement right there. All right, get more into it. Backed by reserves is another key thing they want everybody to know about. PayPal USD is designed to maintain a stable $1 USD value. It's backed, of course, by dollar deposits, US treasuries, and cash equivalents. The whole concept of being able to easily get in, easily get out. Yeah, I know where you guys are going with that. Sweet Caroline, bump, but nope, not like that. Buy, sell, hold, and transfer PayPal USD in their app and on their site. Send to friends. Doesn't this sound very familiar? Doesn't this literally sound like the concept of like Stellar? Well, Max, Stellar isn't a stablecoin. Well, are you kidding me? What about what was formerly known as Stellar's USDC, Circle USDC? Well, check this out. Buy, sell, hold, and transfer PayPal in their app. Sent to friends in the United States on PayPal without fees. Well, why would they build this on Ethereum? That's a good question. Maybe for security. Maybe because of the legacy systems. You can look into it more if you want, but it says you can send to Ethereum wallet address that accepts PYUSD in just a few steps. Network fees, and see how it says that. See how they worded that? Network fees may apply. I see how they did that. Yeah, we definitely see how that works. Check out more about this. But anyway, check this out. I'm gonna go further down with this, right? And when we get more further down into this, I'll show you some of the key parts of this real quick. So it talks about what's a stable coin. I don't want to get into that. We all know about that. But it's basically down here. Okay, and it's boom. If you're wondering where's the juicy stuff, right? Most people who go to PayPal aren't going to read this. Issuance and custody of PayPal USD is performed by Paxos Trust Company. I know where Max is going with this. Yeah, you better believe it. So Paxos, we know about Pax, right? Like Pax Gold and so on. Yeah. Well, enter into this. Paxos. Yeah. Well, look what they have on the front page. Built for the future of finance. Global leaders in financial services use Paxos platform and APIs to build their blockchain and digital asset solutions. Look who was, featured in their featured partners list. PayPal, MasterCard, Mercado, right? But obviously PayPal, MasterCard stand out for most of us. Has this whole thing about, suite of regulated blockchain products, stablecoin payments. I mean, it's all here. It's all here, literally on Paxos. Technology built with global. Look at this, guys. You really want people to know this. Who to know this, though? Right. The bigger players, the guys that need to recognize it. For the most part, typical retail could give a crap how this is worded. But for the guys that are trying to pass the legislation, they want them to know. Trust and transparent technology built with global regulatory structures. Paxos maintains the highest commitments to regulation, compliance, and transparency in the industry. How about this? Back in 2015, New York limited purpose trust charter from the New York DFS. Back in 2022, licensed as a major payments institution. Wow. Look at that. With the Monetary Authority of Singapore. My God. Where's Max going with this? Well, there's a video, believe it or not. 1 minute. Let's play this. Please smash that like. It's interesting. It's interesting from the whole idea of not just because it sounds cool to share this, but the point is this. We talk about that regulatory framework that we're all dreaming about, especially here in the United States. Forget the whole idea of what talking about, the concept of DFFT with Japan and Europe that we've been focused on for a while. This is the United States. Are we finally going to get something going on with this? Again, try your own conclusion. I'm going to show you guys some more in regards to this. I think we should pay attention to it. Smash that like. This is 1 minute. We'll be right back.
We have a great partner in Paxos who's really been with us every step of the way through our crypto journey. Paxos offers the underlying custody and liquidity support for our PayPal buy, sell, and hold products. And they've been partnering with us extensively throughout our larger expansion plans.
We are a commerce and payments company first and foremost, and we care about providing utility to the ecosystem. That's why we have been focusing so much into adding crypto as a funding instrument for checkout, into now enabling transfers so that people can buy crypto in order to go and do something with it.
We're really pleased to work with a partner like Paxos that shares the values that we have, that really understands our need to continue to stay innovative, and that is really focused on our ability to be successful for our customers.
With Paxos' help, we are helping bring crypto into the mainstream and adding more users to the network.
All right. So bottom line is, bringing crypto into the mainstream. Did we lose focus? Wasn't that the point to begin with? Talk about mass adoption and things like that. Isn't that the whole point? Bring crypto to the masses, the mainstream. Talking to people who all they know about crypto is, I think I heard about Bitcoin once. They don't understand anything about blockchain, distributed ledger technology that's Greek to them. Let's just be honest, guys. That's a reality, and it's going to continue to be a reality until at least we get 50% adoption, if not higher. And even then, that could still be a discussion for, I hate to say it, for most people who just don't care to learn more about and so on. But the key thing is what cryptos, I guess you could say, are tied into actual distributed ledger technologies, blockchain, and so on, and how you could go make a payment and so on, like we've always mentioned, like that video that shows, and I might show it here in a second. Look at this for a moment. Actually, I'll just share it real quick, just in case you're a newcomer. Look at this, right? You want to talk about the concept of, payments and so on. So, hopefully I got this one. Maybe I don't. Man, maybe I don't. But, my thing is, like, just being able to see how things are paid for easily. I don't have a card no more. Hold on. Yeah, that's too bad. Dang it. I lost that thing. But anyway, you guys have seen it. The guy basically swipes his card, says Stellar Lumens, for instance. Boom, done, verified. Right. Your grandma, your grandpa, whoever, they don't understand. All they know is it works, and that's what counts. It may look quicker. They're not thinking about that. They just want it to work. Well, ones are going to be tied into that. All right. What I want to show you guys also right here, not just from the Paxos site, is some of these other key findings. And I'm just going to pull this up real quick, and then we'll get back in the comments just in a little bit. So basically speaking, it's this here. That's not the one. Hold on a second. Yeah, here it is. Just a little bit more in regards to PayPal. All right. So here we go. This is the part that was from Coochie Boy. And this came from CNBC. All right. So I'm going to jump back into the frame. And like it says, the new asset called PayPal USD was designed to address, because at the end of the day, why point out these findings, Max, or Coochie Boy, or Quant Papa? Well, yeah, it's designed to address the emerging potential to transform, look at what's quoted, transform payments in Web3 and digitally, native environments. Its launch comes as as market participants await a vote in Congress on a key stablecoin bill, which has just advanced to the House with 3 other crypto bills for the first time. We'll go down this part. PayPal, since that's what we're on the topic of still, said that the stablecoin's function is to reduce the friction for inexperienced payments in virtual settings and allow direct flows to developers. It's redeemable for dollars and backed by dollar deposits, short-term U.S. treasuries, and similar cash equivalents. The shift, here's another quote, towards digital currencies requires a stable instrument that is both digitally native and easily connected to fiat currency like the US dollar. Now, I want to state this before we jump more into this. Some people are going to say, I think I know why they picked Pax Gold. Well, okay, that's great, but hear me out on something. We're obviously not talking about, like Ripple being backed by gold or Stellar being backed by another, precious gem or metal and so on. We're talking about this whole thing of PayPal, their version of a stable coin. Okay. But in reality, if they're teamed up with Pax, right? And Pax, for instance, has Pax Gold and so on. Maybe they teamed up with them because they look at it as like they already have experience. Just hear me out, of already accomplishing just that, right? Again, that's says a theory, but I don't think I'm too far off with this. Okay. And also, I guess you could say Paxos is more compliant based off what you saw listed on the site, so on and so forth. Look at this quote from Dan Schulman, who is the president and CEO of PayPal. It says, our commitment to responsible innovation and compliance and our track record delivering new experiences to our customers provides the foundation necessary to contribute to the growth of digital payments through just that, PayPal USD. Shares of PayPal were higher, 2%, whatever, right? PayPal stablecoins issued by Paxos. We showed you guys that. But this other part I want to show you. Paxos also previously issued the dollar peg Binance branded stablecoin BUSD. Some of us didn't even know about that. Maybe some of you guys did know about that. So again, they're going with the proven players. I think that's safe to say here. It was ordered by the New York State Department of Financial Services in February to stop issuing BUSD, which marked the beginning of this year's decline in the stablecoin market cap. That's interesting. Now, jumping over to the next part of what we have. I want to state this, all right? Some of my key findings. Let me turn some of the branding back on real quick because it does kind of help. I do hope that you guys will follow me over on crypto Twitter, all the way up there at DPG Maximus. Please smash the like if you haven't done so. Again, it just helps. Unless you're driving down the road and you're listening to CTN, we don't want you to crash or anything. We want you to experience your generational wealth at some point. But I want to state this, all right? So if you've been following what's going on with, these bills and so on, right? So all the way back March 31st of 2022, you had, for instance, which was originally introduced from the Senate, which was called S3970. Basically, the Senate introduced a bill that required a stablecoin issuer to hold, listen to this, guys, all reserves associated with each fiat currency-backed stablecoin that they issue. Wow. There's, of course, an update, right? That happened on July 20th. Not last year, but like not that long ago, right? July 20th, as in the last month. House Resolution 4766. The Clarity for Payment Stablecoins Act, not Bill, Act of 2023. I'll give you just a quick gist. This bill, that of course became Act, establishes a regulatory framework for payment stablecoins, digital assets, which an issuer must redeem for a fixed monetary value. All right. Now, we're going to show you guys some of this stuff. So, I want to jump to this real quick. And basically, let me see what the date is real quick on this. Let me see. July 27th. Yeah, let's share this. U.S. Congressional Committee advances stable coin bill. Now look at this for a minute. The House Financial Services Committee, as in, I guess you could say, like, was it last Thursday, roughly, advanced a bill to establish federal regulatory framework for stablecoins, a type of cryptocurrency, as we know, that's typically speaking, traditionally pegged to the dollar. There's other stable coins, let's face it, that aren't, right? We know that the World Bank looks at Ripple's XRP and Stellar's XLM as being global stablecoins. And if you're new to our channel, you don't believe me, look it up for yourself. Literally mentions it right in the World Bank's brochure, their new brochure. The bill, look at this, guys, would have the U.S. Federal Reserve write requirements for issuing stablecoins while preserving the authority of state regulators. It was previously modified to address concerns from some Democrats. Now, look at this. State regulators. Well, didn't we see some recent news about, for instance, certain states trying to do new things? Was it Texas? Now, of course, there's state regulators. That's a different situation. But, it was modified to address concerns from some Democrats that stablecoin issuers could evade stricter oversight by opting to be regulated under a state regime. There's, of course, several Democrats and so on that, voted to advance the bill, right? So you're getting both sides. You're getting Republicans and Democrats. That's a good thing, whether you're a fan of either one of them. It says Waters and Representative Patrick McHenry, the chair of the committee, had been in discussions about the bill for a number of weeks, but were ultimately unable to reach an agreement. But look at this. He said, we had high hopes 48 hours ago. Again, backtrack to what happened late last month. It says that we are going to come to a conclusion, and then the White House reviewed where we were and disagreed. The bill's passage came a day after the committee advanced a separate bipartisan bill that aimed to develop regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies and clarify when a token is a security or a commodity. Okay, that's what I'm showing to you guys. Now check this out. All right, I'm going to jump to this. And basically speaking, we were talking about House Resolution 4766. It says the only losers if House Resolution 4766 advances are entrenched incumbents like Tether. Shout out to Brian Dow. He's always feeling that Tether could do something, right? Charging exorbitant fees of those who wish to use our financial system for payments. So, again, for some of the naysayers, they're saying, I don't understand why didn't it go with like Circle. There was volatility with Circle. Did we not see reports earlier that happened this year about the whole concept of Circle? So there's that. I think it was a given that PayPal wasn't going to choose Tether. We all understand the history behind Tether. So I'm just throwing that out there. But it says, for those who wish to use our financial system for payments, it says, I would shed no tears on their behalf and would urge the House and the Senate, this again is coming from Patrick McHenry, to embrace open, fair competition where the United States is able to unleash innovation, and our drive to bring better financial technology and inclusion to the world. Okay, where am I going with this? Well, I want to point out some things because there's been a lot of talk for a while that we were going to, whether it's a win for Ripple or a partial win for Ripple. Some people are calling, like even tokenizers saying that this is a partial win for Ripple. That some people still feel there's a lot of fear in the United States and that we're going to go elsewhere. All right, that's the bottom line. Now, check this out. I want to show you guys this. Back to the subject of House Resolution 4766. This is good stuff, okay? The clarity, because here at CTN, we've been talking about this whole concept of the freaking clarity. Maybe people get tired of hearing about it, not just here, but others, shoot, Crypto Lulu, you name it, right? Verson, all these guys. Hell, even Crypto Hulk, you might even have a show on right now, right? The clarity. Look at this. The Clarity for Payment Stablecoins Act of 2023. Were you aware? With all the other talk going on, sometimes maybe you just weren't aware of it. I don't know. It was agreed to by a recorded vote of what, guys? 34 A's to 16 A's. Yes, the amendment in the nature of a substitute offered to House Resolution 4766 by McHenry. No 3 was agreed to by, of course, we see here 34 to 16. That's the bottom line, right? That's the bottom line. Now check this out. And this was reported a few hours ago. Here's the update, and then we're going to show you some more. So this comes from Coinpedia. Patrick McHenry emphasized, look at this quote, stablecoins hold promise as a pillar of a 21st century payment system if issued under a clear regulatory framework. Why would PayPal pick Paxos? Because they're already in that compliancy. They already saw what was, they had a proven track record. Whether you want to agree with that or not, I'm just saying they're going to go with who got the job done, right? We understand there's so many other ones that are probably more faster, efficient, maybe more secure. I don't know, right? But yes, stablecoins hold promise as a pillar of 21st payment system, if issued under a clear regulatory framework. I already read that. Sorry. Addressing the urgency for stablecoin regulations, McHenry stresses, quote, comprehensive digital asset regulation, especially for stablecoins, is crucial. Clear regulations, robust consumer protections are essential for them to reach their full potential. And I will show you guys this part too, because again, it's back to the concept of PayPal. And if you don't believe me in regards to the Coinpedia, this was reported roughly about 4 to 6 hours ago. This is brand spanking new. PayPal's entry to stablecoin realm. Like I said, PayPal entered, of course, into the market by introducing Ethereum-based token PYUSD. This is, of course, US dollar peg stablecoin. You can get it obviously on PayPal if you choose to do so. But it goes on to mention, in regards to PayPal's network, PYUSD can seamlessly be exchanged for dollars and then converted into other cryptocurrencies, even BTC, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and even Litecoin. With these recent developments and McHenry's unwavering advocacy, the push for stablecoin regulation gains momentum, underscoring the need for a clear and encompassing regulatory framework in the crypto landscape. So, I mean, it was the whole thing with PayPal, to a sense, like the momentum that we needed, or it's just kind of furthermore solidifies the whole concept that, you know what, reach across the party lines and so on. These guys are actually getting the momentum that we need. All right. That's the bottom line. Now, before we kick it back into the comments, I want to point some things out. There's a lot that's been mentioned in regards to regulatory framework. And some people feel as though the United States may be very well copying off of, and I've thrown this out there before, right? DFFT and so on, right? But it's not 100% spot on. But you do like the momentum that we see right now. Are we finally getting that regulatory framework or the clarity, right? And if so, is this going to be in line with what's going to happen by late 2025, where a lot of us feel as though that's the utility run? Because again, guys, the market can't be volatile. If we're going to have the BlackRocks of the world and so on, You know, we have to have that clarity, right? And we know that even if you base off of, you know, just 10% off of BlackRock and Fidelity, that right there would match our current market cap. And that's just based off of those two. Again, bring in like 20, 50 different institutions. For all the people who are saying, well, that's never going to happen, you can sure fool me. Glad to share this with you guys. On the next part of our coverage, we're going to get into the concept of the XRP Golden Cross. I'm sure you guys heard about it in the news. Smash that like. Let's get back into the comments because I know I'm far behind. But you know what? Bullish. Very, very bullish on the indicators where we're at. Even with the market at 1.16 trillion overall. Let's just double check that real quick. Yeah, 1.16 trillion. All right. Gonna come back to the comments. Let's see the other screen. We're at 53 likes. Shout out to Badir, Hump Not Dump. Thank you so much for the nice comment you made on the recorded Q&T video, man. Always appreciate you. And glad to have you here on the live. Okay, let's see where we're at. We got GG. Welcome back, GG. Drago Killer says, hey, Max. Welcome, welcome. Drago Killer reminds me of, what's his name? Ivan Drago. You know, I must break you. Is that what's going to happen? You came here to break us? No, I'm kidding. Maybe get a custom avatar of Ivan Drago, you know, from Rocky 4 or some of the other Rockies. How many Rockies is he technically in now? He's in Creed 2. I guess that counts. So 2 of them. All right. But yeah, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Anyone else grab gambling on Shiba? Added up a lot more yesterday. I am more than comfortable with how much I have in Shiba. I don't know. I was so debating on when, you know, everybody was like, oh man, look at Shiba, man. We gained a 0 back. And, you know, and then there was at one point, like, you know, I was always in the profits with my SHIB. And then like, I was no longer in my profits. Like I was like down like $500 to $700. I was like, oh my God, what's going on with that? And I was considering, I was like, you know what? I think this thing's still going to surprise some people. I might get some. And then I said to myself, nah, I'd rather put this money towards other ones that I don't have, and just justify it that way. And I'm glad I did so, right? Like for instance, IOTA and a few other ones. Badira says, yo, was busy or watching busy, but what about Evmos? Oh, that was just a quick little snippet. Was talking about like the brief update, you know. You can always just go back. It's at the very beginning, my friend. You look into it then. All right, I'm just in with Jasmy right now. Oh, that's all right. You gotta do what you gotta do. According to Drago Killer. All right. Let's see here. 6:52 p.m. That was a while ago. Jay is having a conversation with Blackwood. No, you didn't miss the Jasmy news. We're gonna get into that in a bit. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Adam Cosmos, great project. Max, we might have some new members from Metro PCS. I was paying my phone and teaching people about crypto. Ah, cool, man. I have Metro PCS. I actually was on AT&T earlier, and I didn't like their service, and I thought they're full of crap. Sorry, anybody. I think there's somebody here that actually like sells AT&T. I'm sorry. I'm on Metro PCS. I won't be switching anytime soon. I've consistently been with them since 2015, and I know some other people are like, yeah, there's other better services, and there is. I'm just more than pleased with their service, and I'm probably never going to switch again, unless they go old school like back in the 90s. You guys remember back in the 90s? Like if you had a home phone, there was MCI, and it was just basically speaking, it was like MCI was cheaper than AT&T, and then AT&T sent everybody in the mail like a check for just switching back to AT&T, and of course MCI just lost it. I was just like, oh my God, talking about cutthroat. I don't even know if like with modern law if you could do anything like that. But anyway, all right, yeah, PayPal subtract. I was looking today. Yeah, well, I had to share. I mean, the point is not PayPal. The point is the path forward towards regulatory clarity. That's the reason why I wanted to share it. All right, guys. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but yes, please smash that like. Maybe we can get back in the 50s, 60s, or higher. We're not a sponsored channel. That's all we ask. You smash the like. Let's welcome back. Learn and Evolve says hello, everyone. Welcome back. Glad to have you here, Darius. And yeah, it's one of those things, but it might be for security reasons. All right. Definitely not for speed. That's for sure. But notice how that was funny how they worded that, right? Like, oh, but however, for network fees, it's like, you think the average person is literally going to read that? No, you guys will, right? But for a person that knows zero about crypto or blockchain, DLT, they're not going to even bother to go to that part. All right. Maybe not network fees, but PayPal fees cover network fees. Yeah, but man, I'm telling you flat out, the height of what's the height of the crap? Let me fix this little carpet thing. The height of the bull run, how's that going to work, right? Because we know that in a true bull market, those ETH gas fees will be pretty high, but we'll see what happens with that. I mean, even when people are using centralized exchanges, I mean, if PayPal is going to go that route, I mean, like you said, right? PayPal will cover the network fees. So is it really that big of a deal? I don't know. It's kind of interesting. All right, let's read this one from Corey Bibe. He sees PayPal is introducing a stablecoin. We talked about it. Keith Rabois, if that's how you pronounce it, is the Rabois Le Machery, is the co-founder of PayPal. Now serves as the SDF board. Very interesting. That is interesting. All right, let's see where else we got. PayPal is making a stand against MoneyGram on MasterCard with their partnership with XLM, a Western Union on Visa are partners, but they're going to adopt and create a token to compete. Huh. Yeah, he sent me a DM, though. I don't know. Maybe he's just busy. You never know. Shout out to Coochie Boy. We miss him. You guys see Coochie Boy on some other shows? Tell him I said hello. Say Max misses him. Come on over back to CTN. But, if anything, you never know. Maybe he has a second job, or maybe he's just busy at this time, or maybe he wants to watch another show at this time. Who knows? It's okay. But, he sent me that thing about PayPal, and that's what counts. So, all right. I want to welcome back Dave D. I'm going to get back in the outline here in a bit. Blacklist says, I understand why Maxie Water supports the SEC. She wants Sam Bankman-Fried to knock the dust out those walls. Yeah, and knowing that, what about that videotape? Right? I'm old school. I'm going to say videotape, where it shows Sam Bankman-Fried, he's starting to walk away, and then she says to him something like, she yells out to him, "Don't worry, Sam, you're going to be all right," or something like that. Seriously? Like, give me a break. Again, I'm not trying to make things, politics is very divisive. I get that, but still, come on. Is anybody really rooting for Sam Bankman-Fried? No. All right, Corey Bibe, Mercado, Bitcoin, Stellar working with Brazil Central Bank. I know XRP has, then he leaves us in suspicion. That's okay. We'll probably get back to your comment in a second. OG Crypto, Mr. Gangsta. He's a Kinesis, sorry. While XCC and Gold Connection. Cool. All right, I'll read this from you, and then I'll read two more comments, and then I'm going to kick it back to the outline. Badir, aka Hump Not Dump, says, I believe Bitcoin is going to be manipulated to the end of the year to 20K with a forward push on 32K with a fine a medium buying at 26K. Make it hard for little guy. Okay. OG Crypto, Pax's website is not really user friendly. That one I went to seemed like it was pretty user friendly. Huh, weird. All right. Let's see what we got on the other screen. Make sure I didn't skip anything. Gigi says, listen to the Crypto Hoax show one night. Gotta say, I hope the people don't listen to 99.9% of what he says. He's going to get people wrecked. River says, glad to listen to Max and cool my jets. Badir at the bottom, just Will Smith the like. Thanks so much, you guys. You guys rock. All right. Okay. Let's see where we're at in likes. 57 likes. Okay, cool. Appreciate that. Let's jump back to what we have. And what we got is obviously the XRP portion of things. So why would I tie in some XRP in regards to the outline tonight? Well, you're going to see why here in a bit. Shout out to the one, the only, Mr. Crypto McDizzle, Fo Shizzle Manizzle Fo Show, Crypto Mike, aka Elon Muff, creating the what? We're talking about stable coins. So he's creating the Muff standard. Oh my God, did Max just say it? Yeah, he just said it. He created it. basically. Talk about this, the standard and stable coins and so on. He created the Musk standard, not the gold standard, the Musk standard. All right, Crypto Mike, doing it big. Check this out. Let's share this, get it on the screen. And here goes. XRP. Yes, XRP. Now, not necessarily the exact link he gave me, but I want to show you guys this. It states that in this line, if you've been paying attention to the recent news about XRP and the Golden Cross, like that sounds crazy, right? It says that cryptocurrency analyst by the pseudonym Mac Attack, right? Maybe I should get together with this guy. XRP, in an August 5th post on the X platform, formerly Twitter, made a significant observation pointing out that XRP had formed a rare golden cross, the third one in Assets history. And look at the quote, and then we'll show you a video. Okay, because the video is just going to be a little bit better than me talking about it, because I don't want to turn this to, and on today's show, the XRP price, and might get my ego scuffed. That sounds boring. Like nobody's going to listen to me on that. But look what it says there. XRP prints a rare gold cross. This has only been seen twice before with XRP in history. Oh, I don't hold XRP. Well, that's okay. It's not financial advice. You got to do what you got to do. But we point some of these things out. The appearance of this third golden cross could well lead to a prolonged bull market that is unprecedented, he said. Oh, I see where Max is going with this. Max always does this. He has an outline, and he ties other things to it. Yes, I do. I do the same thing for my students in the classroom. I do miss them. I hope a lot of these kids, both the high schoolers and also the ones that went from 5th to 6th, I hope they're having a great year so far. Today was their first day of school, and I do miss them. But I'm with you guys now. And with that said, let's point some of this out. So we're scrolling down. We see it right here. Check out what it shows. All right. So you see it. I leave it up there for a moment. Let me just double check that you can see it. Because sometimes, people say I'm muted or you don't see it on the screen. All right. So there's that. You do see it. And let's get more into it. Notably, this technical pattern occurs when a short-term moving average crosses above a long-term moving average, indicating a potential shift from bearish to bullish settlement. Like earlier, I was talking about the whole thing of, the prices for, BTC. Remember, 28,400. And then we're going to get to that blast off that we need, right? Well, this is altcoin, though. Right. So we're going to jump into the next part of what we have. And I wasn't going to just leave you guys to figure out on your own, what a golden cross is. Let's talk about a golden cross. Not even explain what it means. I'm new. I don't know what it means, right? That's what some people are thinking. That's all right. Welcome to Crypto Talk Now. By definition, a golden cross, if you're wondering about this, is a chart pattern that occurs when a very short-term moving average crosses, of course, like we said earlier, the long-term moving average. The golden cross implies the prospect of a long-term bull market emerging. Long-term bull market emerging. Wasn't Max talking about the whole concept of a fourth boom cycle and what is huge in regards to those boom cycles? Oh, yeah. You better believe I was. So some of you guys, shout out to the Crypto Jedi, you and myself, right, who experienced a previous bull market in 2021. And shout out to you guys who might experience ones even years before that, right? This will be your third one coming up. Where the case be, if you haven't experienced the bull market or not, this is interesting. It says as long-term indicators often carry more weight, high trading volumes tend to strengthen the indicator. And what have we been seeing a lot, especially if you have a KuCoin app on your phone? Your KuCoin app has been literally going off like Grand Central Station, giving you alerts about how much volume has been happening over 24 hours when it comes to buys and sells, when it comes to what? XRP. Yes. Regardless of some analysts that refer to golden crosses as a, quote, lagging indicator, implying that the data required to create the pattern has already happened. Though the golden cross may indicate a long-term bull market going forward, the truth remains that no indicator can truly predict the future, right? Because there's other things that can happen, right? Black swan events, macro, micro, economic factors, you name it, right? How about this real quick? BTC and XRP price action. We were talking about this. After swinging for much of the previous day, BTC has steadied back above 29,000. Previously, the market reacted to DeFi debt crisis caused by Curve founder Michael Igorov. Asset liquidation moves, and you see a little bit about that. Now, let's get into the visual. And then after we do this visual, we will kick it back into a different thing. And it's going to be some Jasmy news with a comparison to Shiba Inu's SSI. Yes, Jasmy, personal data locker, and Shiba Inu's SSI. That's the news you've been waiting for. Make sure you stay tuned to this, but I would still pay attention to this as well, even if you're not invested into Ripple's XRP, because you want to have an idea of where the market could very well be going, or going here soon. This video is about 7 minutes and 15 seconds, but it's the last part of it. He just talks about his channel. We'll cut it off right around 6 minutes. Please smash the like, and if anything, give a subscription to this guy who is Marzel Trading. He's got close to 50,000 subs. He did a very good job with his analysis here, right? You guys know that we don't do technically so much about the TNA, but we do point out what's going on with the overall market, right? With the these weekly updates that start on Mondays. Hopefully, you guys have been liking the idea of tuning in on Monday and getting getting the news of what's happened for the weekly review. All right, again, smash that like. Let's double check the likes. 61 likes. Thank you so much. Actually, before I get into it, I want to thank Mr. Henry Brown real quick, because that's the right thing to do. Let me see where we're at. Also, let's see here. Where are we at? There it is. Henry Brown, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. He says, showing support. I'm trying to recover. I tag you all on Twitter news posts I come across, but yeah, hopefully my situation will save others. Thank you so much, man. I do try to like and retweet a lot of it. You're basically like an AI, my friend. I mean that with all due respect. A lot of it, like, I can read, a lot of it can't. There's only so much time in a day. But the ones that I feel as though like are worthy of sharing and are the ones that I obviously have read that you do share. So thank you so much, and thank you for being a continuous supporter of CTN. I really do appreciate it. All right. Thought I'd get into that before we got into the rest of the outline. All right. So we will use this real quick, and I'll read that here in a bit as a bookmark. All right. Let's kick it in to what we have for this video. XRP, the Golden Cross. Smash that like. Here we go. And like I mentioned earlier, please give this guy a follow. He is the one and only Marzel Trading. Just how it sounds. Marzell space trading. I'll give him a follow right now myself. Boom. There we go. Thought I was already subscribed to him. All right. Smash that like. Again, only about 6 minutes, but it'll keep you informed to give you an idea of why we're paying attention to this. All right, here we go. Make sure the volume is all the way up. Thanks again for being here, guys. Really appreciate you guys. Here we go.
Now, the last time that we saw a golden cross happen with XRP, and that was on the 15th of February, 2021. So a good 2.5 years ago, we saw the XRP price rally significantly. History does not, of course, always indicate the future, but in that situation, the price rallied by 400% in just 56 days. Now, just the other day, we had a golden cross. Literally yesterday, the golden cross occurred in the XRP price. And of course, since we've already seen this huge breakout, but the huge breakout, as we know, was based on fundamentals of XRP Ripple winning their court case. Now, the question, of course, is where is XRP going now? Let's take a look at the key levels and an updated analysis and price prediction, guys. Also, quick smash of the like button. Of course, your support is amazing. It really does help. And let me remind you, if you want to trade XRP or any crypto, of course, I've got links down below for Bybit, which is my preferred crypto exchange. If you don't like KYC, try a trustless Web3 decentralized exchange like Apex Pro, which is a DEX, which is a decentralized exchange. I do have tutorials on the channel how to use Apex Pro, which is the decentralized exchange, as well as many other tutorials and videos as well. Let's get into it, guys. As I said, quick smash of the like and let's do it. So first things first, I do think we are still a little bit overbought, even though we've seen the XRP price come down 31%. You have to remember this was off a rally of about 94%. What goes up goes down. You can't just expect the price to go up and up and up. Now, there is a major support level at approximately 53 to sort of 55 cents. I am looking at that as a major support level before I get back into a long position in XRP. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty of the key levels, and I'm going to be showing you where the support is, resistance, and my next target for XRP, it's important we do understand a little bit what Bitcoin's doing now. So let's cover 1 minute of Bitcoin, may be interesting anyway. And what you can see is we are currently looking quite bearish. We actually have a bearish divergence. We had these higher highs for Bitcoin, and on our oscillator on the RSI, you can see that we're actually creating these lower lows. This is what's known as a bearish divergence. You can also see on the MACD, it crossed red as well. So I am expecting the Bitcoin price to come down here, and you can see that we've struggled. We haven't managed to break above this 31,000. I am expecting Bitcoin to come down to potentially 25, 26,000. If that doesn't hold, you do have to then look at about 22,000. And of course, this is a big headwind against the XRP price. Although XRP can act independently, as we saw, it is definitely relevant what the whole crypto market's doing. So yeah, back into the XRP price, and to show you what XRP Bitcoin is doing, this is XRP priced in Bitcoin. You can see that it actually got rejected in terms of the breakout. That's breaking out against Bitcoin. So we might see XRP lose value against Bitcoin to the tune still potentially of 26% before it breaks out. So right now, at this moment in time, I don't think it's a good time in the short term, just to be clear, in the short term, to be an XRP. I believe that we might still see a sell-off. Now, right now, I am actually shorting. I don't have a short open on XRP. I will show you my trade. However, I opened a trade the other day shorting Ethereum, and I hold that trade open right now. At the moment, it's only 2.5% in profit, $28, but you can see my take profit would mean $10,600 profit because I'm shorting it. Potentially, I know I have 550 as my take profit. But anyway, that's Ethereum. Let's talk about XRP here, what we're likely to see. So my trade, if I was shorting, I would be looking at this major level, about $55. In terms of percentages, about 15% to the downside. I do believe we're going to come down to that key level before we start creating higher highs, which I do believe we are going to do. You can see that if you go into the bigger time frame, we have this bullish triangle. It's part of a bull flag, but of course this is on the weekly. If 55 cent doesn't hold as support, do bear in mind we have this golden cross support of the 20-day moving average also at 55, about 53 cents. And then you have the 200-day. I really can't see the XRP price breaking that 50 cent level. I think it's going to be a major psychological level as well. Even if Bitcoin does come down to 20,000, I can really see XRP holding above that level. I think that's where the support is. So I'm waiting for sort of a little bit of a sell-off, and then I really can see XRP making its way again to the top of this triangle, and then of course potentially breaking out. And the potential here is huge. The resistance, as you can see, is about $1.30. I do believe we will see $1.30 this year, and that would of course give us 125% increase in the XRP price, and then we can obviously take it from there. Once again, guys, if you want to trade XRP, you can do it on a trustless, permissionless exchange like Apex Pro.
All right, like I said, I was going to show you guys that key or those key parts. But glad to share that with you, right? Somebody that took the time to get into some of this stuff. So again, guys, please smash the like. Let me turn on a few more banners. And we're going to get into a few more comments here in a bit. Let me just pull these back up. And what I want to state is, again, the next part of what we have for our segments that we normally do for you guys and so on will be Jasmy, believe it or not, with Shiba Inu, that compare and contrast. And I also have some visuals for you guys, a little video. It's going to be pretty good. So if you're looking forward to that, check it out. And if anything, as you guys are accustomed to, some of this will be chopped up anyway. But you guys on the live always get it first. That's the bottom line. I did see something in the comments that I want to address here in a bit, but I do want to get further down into it. I promised I would read Corey Bebe's comment. And Corey, man, you rock. I just want to state that I really appreciate you being here. You obviously like our show. You like our content. I believe you also watched maybe some of the recorded. I think you do. Yeah, that's right. You rock, man. Welcome to the CTN family, man. I just want to state that. If I didn't welcome you before, you welcome. There's people always look forward to seeing, like, GG, Blackwood, Brian Dowie, Tim Shea, and River. You got, there's a whole mountain of people here, obviously, but I have noticed that you're consistently here. You got great comments. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like when people appreciate the content and they interact based off of like what's presented. That's the bottom line. Even as when I was teaching, you always have that one kid. Don't get me wrong, right? I think every teacher has like experienced this. You teach, you do a lecture, you see some people are interested, and then you always have that one guy, especially when you're talking about I always look forward to every year, talking about D-Day, and what sucks is this year I probably won't be able to cover the 80th anniversary of D-Day, right? Coming up in June of next year, which is a disappointment. But you could just be so passionate about it, and then you always have that one guy that wants to sound like Butthead, and it's just like, what's D-Day? It's like, what? Come on, man. No, we don't want that. But nonetheless, you got great comments. They're on topic. So, Mercado Bitcoin, Stellar, working with Brazil's central bank. I understand XRP will work with a lot of banks. I know Stellar or XLM has been busy working with shots as well. Okay. GG also says Paxo, the only crypto gold tied coin. Yep. Don't like the BTC marketing campaign fool you. BTC has nothing to deal with gold. Right. And who's been trying to, even the likes of Larry Fink and so on, of BlackRock and some other, and so on. It does seem like something to kind of trick people. But anyway, good comment from GG. For you guys are gamers like GF Burke, right? Remember what we always say when we had a good match, especially if you played old school Call of Duty? You try to do good sportsmanship and you say GG. What did GG stand for? Good game. Right. Good games, everybody. All right, Blackwood, Max, same. Switch from AT&T to Metro. So glad it. Yeah, I don't know, man. AT&T, never again. AT&T is crap. All fluff, all marketing. They are the worst. They tout the best service. Yes, it's just a con job. Yep, because they have the bigger network. Yep, and I don't know what's going to happen to them eventually. They always need to switch it up, but they just piss people off. All right. Let's go further down into some more comments. Not trying to be rude and skip a lot of them. I just want to get back into a few specific ones. Stellar Lumens and LCX are partnered. All right, let's see what else we got here. River. This is what I wanted to read. I do not try to be dismissive about this. This is important. Hey guys, according to River, he's watching from the hospital. His mom got sick a couple days ago, and he, oh no, almost lost your mom. My God. She's on the mend, but will be here for a few more days. I'm heading home right now. My God, River. Dear Lord, we pray that you will heal River's mother. Blessings to the family, and just take that away, whatever it is. Amen. I'm so sorry, River. As you guys know, I've been without my mom for 4 years now, and I miss her every single day. She was my best friend. She was more than just a mom. She was literally my best friend. And oh God, it's heartbreaking to read that. Thoughts and prayers go with you. Not just to say my thoughts and prayers go with you. I will literally pray for you. I know I just did on the live a little bit right there. Yes, dear Lord Jesus, please heal River's mother in Jesus' precious name. Amen. Please. Thank you for sharing that. I pray not only for my dad because he's in bad shape, he's making minor improvement. But I do pray for people. I do. I'm not kidding. I pray for more than you guys have any idea. I pray for people. I pray before I go to bed. I get up. I pray at right before my meal. I pray. It's just something I do. I will pray for you, River. Guaranteed. You can take that to the bank. All right. God bless you, man. Sorry about what you're going through. My thoughts and prayers are truly with you and your family. I want you to know that, and I'm not going to forget to pray for you. It's hard sometimes to just go from a comment like that to, boom, let's talk about crypto, So I know I'm going to do it, but I just want you to know that it's not me being dismissive. And I also want to highlight that. So we always love and appreciate you, River. Thank you for sharing that. And sorry about what you're going through. Keep us updated on that, my friend. All right. Thank you, though, River. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much, Badir. Again, thank you, Henry Brown. Blackwood says is towards River. Okay. You're going through the same thing? Oh, my God, Blackwood. You guys can always reach out to me. I'm telling you flat out, I'm not one of those guys that you cannot reach out to. Don't ever think I'm so busy you cannot reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Twitter. I do answer my DMs. And if for any reason you have a problem on Twitter because of the whole thing of being limited to how many people you could DM because of the Twitter blue thing, which Quant Pop was telling me about, you can message me on ctnnetwork.net. Yeah, it's kind of buggy on the DM thing if you do it at the same time, but nonetheless, I do respond to either one. Okay. I want you guys to know I'm not a guy that's not approachable. You can approach me, even if it's not crypto related stuff, man. I care about you guys. Okay. You watch the show consistently, part of the CTN fam. Why would I be like, oh, hey, let's have a barbecue in the future and a meetup and stuff like that and be dismissive to you guys? I would never do that. I'll try my best to respond to you. But yeah, Blackwood River, man, that's heart-wrenching, my friends. All right, crypto winner. Yeah, baby, we're going to crash to the bottom. Like Dan Pena. Yeah. All right, good, more accumulation. Yes, you guys still got time in regards to the accumulation phase, but just pay attention to what's going on in the markets, and especially again, this pullback, should be towards the end of August. And if we get other indicators, we talk about KPI, CPI, all sorts of different, reports and so on, right? Like follow inflation, follow the jobs reports, all this stuff. But again, a true Fed pause, not like the one we got previously, which was kind of like a temp pause, a true one. A true Fed pause is honestly the bullish momentum that we need to have. Combine that with some of these other factors, where you're seeing, let's face it, guys. I think overall, whether you're, if you're middle of the road like me, or, let's say you're on the left or the right, whatever the case be, we can all agree for the most part, these guys that are elected to Congress don't exactly have a high approval rating. But if they can reach across party lines and maybe come to their senses, pull their heads out of what's, and get something really going, well, we got to pay attention to that. Even if you're not invested in some of these particular assets, and like one guy mentioned, he's only here for the Jasmy. Hey, I get it. Understand that BTC and Ethereum still represent 81% of the overall crypto market. You want to see the things that are in the background that may seem boring. When it comes to regulatory framework and clarity and all that stuff, that's the pathway forward. We need to always report on that. We need to always pay attention to that. All right, GG. Happy back to school day for you, Max. No, I didn't sign up for the calendar year, but thank you. Bless your heart, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, I do miss the students, but I'm not doing it this year. I can't be away where my dad's a high risk fall. He just had the physical therapy earlier. He's eating a little bit more. I mean, it was scary, man. You know, if you guys want to pray for me and my dad, thank you so much. If you want to do so, it was getting really scary. He wasn't drinking any water, nothing. And now he's finally drinking some stuff. He's getting his liquids back in him. You know, he's eating a little bit. So, but it was scary. I mean, he's gonna be 89 next month. So, I got some of you guys are older than me. You guys got some relatives or loved ones or someone that are right around that age. My dad's old enough to be my grandpa because my mom was his second marriage, but they were married for 42 years. And after my mom passed away, I mean, like you could totally tell that it messes him up. I mean, even with my grandparents, his parents, my grandpa and grandma were married for 63 years. And my grandmother, she got stricken with terminal pancreatic cancer back when I was about, 12, 13, something like that. It was 2 days after Christmas back in 92, I believe it was. And then my grandpa just made up his mind. He couldn't believe that my grandma passed away. And then he died of stage 4 prostate cancer, literally April. So like 4 months, was it 4 to 5 months later? You just like, and nobody knew he had cancer. Nobody. And just boom, took him. And he went and got tested, prostate. Shout out to all you guys who are over 45, right? I'm not 45, but I got to get that thing done when I'm 45. I'm not looking forward to it, but I got to do it. I got to keep up with it. It's like, what's the point of talking about, this generational wealth and so on? I'm not going to be around for it. I mean, I got things set up. If I die, my best friend, because I don't have no family other than my dad, he gets all the access to it, right? He gets my seed phrase and all that stuff. But I want to be around for it just as much as you guys want to be around for it, right? We all want to live, but it's crazy stuff, man. But thank you though. That's a nice little comment you had there, Gigi. Maybe in the future I go back to teaching, but for the time being, this is gonna be teaching with you guys. How about that? So boom. All right. Crypto Winner says he's buying the shorts. I like how you actually put some icons of shorts. Of her skirt. Come here, Caroline. Let's mark. Oh, jeez. Oh boy. That's something. All right. Crypto Winner, Maximus. I didn't know you messed with the Crypto Visor. Just found his channel this year. Solid dude. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I just don't announce all of them, but I don't know. Some are good. Some are like, yeah. You get where I'm coming from. He's cool, though. All right. OG Crypto sold his XRP for XDC. OG Crypto, man. I mean, you don't have to own one, but I get it, my friend. You got to do what you got to do. But at the same time, I mean, and I was listening to Richard Common Sense Crypto. Who doesn't, right? Shout out to Rich. Why do you always say Richard Common Sense Crypto, Max? I just do it. I don't know why. Because we have a common sense. Remember, Todd? Anyway, he pulled that, he stated on one of his recent videos that, if we get under like even that much more market manipulation, I guess you could say, specifically XRP, under 50 cents, he's going to load up a bunch. Guess what? I'm with him on that. If it was literally 50 cents or below XRP, it's just like those days would be so limited. You know what I mean? I don't really see that happening, but like that's opportunity there. So, I mean, even though we're like, Dingy's like, OG, no. Again, you could keep in mind, like maybe he sees the opportunity. He can always get back at a different price levels, but we all got to do what we got to do. I'm not doing that, but I respect OG Crypto. We all got our own personal thing. And again, guys, not financial advice, right? We all have what we got to do, what's best for ourselves, our family, and so on. All right, let's go further down into a few more comments. Earth Prospector, welcome back. Jasmy to the moon, he says. Clate, did you miss Jasmy news? Nope, it's going to be here in a bit. I appreciate you, brother, killing the content. Amazing channel. Keep up the amazing hard work. Thanks so much. I do appreciate you guys who appreciate it, obviously. All right. Let's see here. OG Crypto, I'm sick of XRP. Market cap is too high. Lots of better products out there. OG Crypto, long term, my friend. Long term, though. But it's all right. All right. read like maybe 3 or 4 more comments. Cash Cat says Maximus on fire. Prayers. Thank you so much. Whoever thinks Maximus a lot, I'm pretty beat up right now. I imagine you are, my friend. I'm sorry. No problem, Blackwood. Tommy, welcome back. Dingy can't see the chat. Why can't you see the chat? Crypto winner. How many people in the chat sold XRP this year? SEC has more opportunities. Smash the like. Okay. Sorry, I mute myself sometimes when I clear my throat and I want to. Will Mr. Crypto Hulk take notes from you? No, he's not going to take notes from me. Nothing against him. All right. Shout out to Crypto Hulk, right? Anyway, great researcher. Let's jump into the moment you've been waiting for. The compare and contrast. Shiba Inu, SSI, and Jasmy. What the heck is that? You know, what the blood clot is going on with these two, right? Should you dump all your Jasmy for some Shiba Inu? The answer, of course, is no. If anything, be like me if you choose to do so. Not financial advice. Hold both if you choose to do so. That's the bottom line. And again, for some of you guys are saying, man, Max, you never really talk much about Shiba Inu. That guy don't. If it wasn't for Shiba Inu, I wouldn't even be here. And that is a fact. Okay, let's jump into the outline for what we have in regards to SHIB and Jasmy, because it's on the minds of some of you guys, and rightfully so. If I cover Jasmy all the time and Shiba Inu came out with a recent thing that sounds a lot like Jasmy's personal data locker, why wouldn't Max talk about that? That's a good question. I see where you're coming from. Again, let's get into it. Here we go. And if anything, let's go ahead and just kind of give you some of the mainstream first, and then after that, we'll give you my own take. So, as it says right here, 8 hours ago, Shiba Inu lead unveils new details on game-changing SSI feature. No, we're not talking about the SSI from, government assistance. This is a totally different thing. All right. So as you can see, as we scroll down, Satoshi Kusama, the lead developer of Shiba Inu, has provided intricate details on the project's intention to incorporate, and here's what SSI means, self-sovereign identity feature into Shibarium. Now, before we jump more into this, this is the key area of why you guys have mentioned to me. I see in the comments. I'm not blind to it. I don't just, let's just kick this down the road, right? And that is, well, with Shiba Inu's SSI, what's the point of having Jasmy? Again, we're going to get into all that. A new blog post has prompted a meticulous analysis from the SHIB army, keen to understand the broader implications of such integration. Self-sovereign identity, if you weren't aware of it, is not a novel concept, but an application in the blockchain realm. So the concept is this. It's not exactly brand new in regards to blockchain, but it's brand new in regards to Shiba Inu, right? That's the bottom line. All right, excuse me. SSI challenges the traditional models of digital identity management by decentralizing the control and verification of personal data. And again, this is why some of you guys have obviously tagged me in regards to this. Instead of a centralized entity or intermediary being responsible for data verification and storage, SSI empowers users to manage it and verify their own identity data. Well, Max, why even read any more of this? This is Shiba Inu's personal data locker management type thing. Okay, I get where you're coming from. Just pump the brakes on that a little bit. We're going to get more into it. This decentralization, ensures enhanced privacy and security in digital interactions. Now, in regards to Satoshi Kusama, in his detailed exposition, he defined SSI as, quote, a series of protocols and technologies. Just double check my settings. That allow a user in a system to retain their identity and other verified credentials, as well as their assets in a wallet. Oh, God, who's doing this as we speak? Jasmy. Isn't that the whole concept of, like, for instance, what we have here in the future, the near future, maybe by the end of this year, the super wallet? You get where I'm going with this? I'm all aware of, I look at things just from your perspective too. Just because I'm a content creator, do not dismiss that I do not, I don't put myself in your guys' shoes on your perspective. Trust me, I do. He also touches upon the current digital landscape where, quote, large corporations make billions, yes, billions, by monetizing your data, technically with your permission, but not always with your full understanding. Yeah. Again, I understand. People are like, dude, that's Jasmy. Like, why should I have Jasmy if Shiba Inu's got it? I get where you're going with this. Again, just hear me out. I swear we're going to get into it. Potential impacts on Shiba Inu ecosystem. The integration of SSI into Shibarium is more than a mere technological advancement or enhancement. It signifies a deeper alignment with the ethos of decentralization by granting users unequivocal control of their identity data. Shibarium is potentially positioning itself as a pioneer in the new blockchain era where user autonomy and data sovereignty take center stage. SHIB influencer Lucy remarked, quote, Satoshi spills his SHIB beans. So what is the miracle of self-sovereignty identity, SSI and Shibarium? It's likely owning your data treasure chest. So instead of calling it a data, personal data locker, Shibarium or Shiba Inu is calling it a personal data treasure chest. Means like kind of like the same thing, right? Well, then I'm gonna go dump all my Jasmy. Again, hear me out on this. This is not your SHIB ID, not your identity. Say no to data leaks and embrace the future where trust rules. Now, there's a little bit more about this. Kusama statement. Here's the statement. Sorry. When you combine the low-cost nature of Shibarium and the other amazing technologies the entire SHIB community has developed for this Layer 2 solution with SHIB SSI, the possibilities are near endless. Underscores the vast potential of this integration. However, it's crucial to approach this with a balanced perspective, understand the challenges and complexities inherent in such a groundbreaking endeavor. Now, just real quick, is Shiba Inu on a Layer 2 solution? No. Currently speaking, they are not. Is Jasmy on or has the methods to scale with their Layer 2, right? You know where I'm going with this. Do we not do a video not that long ago about centrality? Oh, yeah. Yes, we did. So currently speaking, Jasmy takes the cake on that because they already have the solution. Where on the other hand, Shiba Inu is trying to get that, portray that vision of getting to there. Now, I get it, guys. We all feel as though that Shibarium could be here soon, but we have been stating this for a while now of getting where it could be, and it's not here yet. It's not me not flooding Shiba Inu. I love Shiba Inu. I am holding it long term. Again, if it wasn't for Shiba Inu, I wouldn't even be here. And again, if this is your first time tuning in, if it wasn't for Shiba Inu, I don't know if I would have got bit by the crypto bug, right? My 8K investment became 88K. So if anything, I more than reinvested back into Shiba Inu, and I have a pretty good sized position now, right? Like a little over 1 billion tokens. I made that public in the past. I know some people say they don't want me to mention that, but it's already in the public mention way, long time ago, right? But I took my profits near all-time highs, not right at the height of all-time highs, but near it. And I do see that in the future, especially with Shibarium, that Shiba Inu could still do big things. I think it honestly can get to 0.3 zeros in a number. That is some decent profits for somebody like me and somebody like you who may hold more of these tokens, whether you hold on crypto.com or some other platforms, right? Now, what I want to also show you guys here is this. When SSI on Shibarium, right? When's that going to happen on Shibarium? Well, for one, Shibarium has to happen first, does it not? So the enthusiasm surrounding Shiba Inu's announcement is undeniable, but the road to actual implementation is laden with intricacies. I don't even pronounce that right. Sorry. Read too much. Sometimes I don't even pronounce common words the right way. Apologize. Kusama provides a tempered outlook, knowing that, quote, the implementation of Shiba SSI to Shibarium is not an instantaneous feat. It will take months of research and the build out of a powerful system. Now, again, I will give you that compare and contrast here in a bit. I want to state this. Remember how we talk about all these different types of cryptos, especially the utility-based ones? For me personally, my stance has been or shifted since my early days of investing into altcoins. Like you guys know my story. $300 into Dogecoin at a penny. Yeah, a penny of Dogecoin. I came out with 22K on that. $300 basically became 22K. was more than pleased with that, right? Another example of almost getting towards the all-time highs, just pulling out just right before that and going with my gut. And I'm so glad I did that, because I would have been wrecked, right? Well, I was just say I'd be wrecked, but I think my profits will only be about maybe $2,000 instead of 22K. Get where I'm going with that? So I listened to my gut. I didn't listen to people like, oh yeah, this is going to go to $1 or $2 and so on. Maybe sometime in the future, like many years down the road, possibly, right? Always go with your gut. But my key thing is, if it wasn't for those, I guess you could say, quote unquote, altcoins, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and so on, I wouldn't have learned or been bit by the crypto bug to want to research other, ones with utility, right? The XRPs, the quants, you name it. Okay, that's the key thing. So this thing right here, the enthusiasm surrounding Shiba Inu's announcement, undeniable. Kusama provides tempered outlook, noting that the quote implementation of SHIB SSI into Shibarium is not an instantaneous feat. Right. Again, like I was saying, that future vision. They're trying to get a vision, but what's the difference with Jasmy? Jasmy already has this. It's not like future possibility of personal data lockers. That's the bottom line. Right? You already have that utility. Shiba Inu is trying to reach and obtain that utility. Oh, you are flooding Shiba Inu. Shame on you, Max. You're not a true SHIB army person. Now, hear me out on this before I read this next part of the quote. I want to state this, and that is this. Both have something in their grasp, or they already have it. Like, for instance, Jasmy already has the utility of the personal data locker, right? Where I have Shiba Inu, future vision. Does Shiba Inu have a metaverse? Not yet. Who will more likely have their metaverse before the other one? Now, as we know, Jasmy will enter into a metaverse. Will it be their own metaverse? That has never really been established, has it not? But one of the key things to point out is that Shiba Inu, for the most part, will have not just a metaverse, but probably one of the most premier metaverses or metaverse platforms in all of metaverse, right? When it comes to this, right? A polished, as the saying goes, AAA style metaverse platform. I don't see necessarily any information about Jasmy having that. So again, even though both projects don't have the quote unquote metaverse yet, you get, Shiba Inu takes the cake on that. So with that said, the concept of this future utility with Shiba Inu takes the cake on as far as the metaverse goes. Jasmy takes the cake as far as the current utility that they already have. There's no future vision. I mean, there's future vision, you get what I'm saying, but there's no like, oh, will Jasmy in the future have a personal data locker? They already have personal data lockers. I just want to explain that real quick, especially if you're brand new to your channel. The implementation of SHIB SSI into Shibarium is not an instantaneous feat. It will take months of research and the build out of a powerful system. Again, they're trying to get to that point of what Jasmy currently already has with their utility. Let's jump back to this. In conclusion, Kusama's revelation about the SSI features integration into Shibarium underscores the project's ambition to move away from the meme coin image, but establish itself as a serious layer 2 contender. Again, that future possibility, which I really think is going to be here, obviously. I don't think, why go through all this trouble, all this time to just BS us? I know some of you guys are like, yeah, well, they have been BSing us. Well, teach his own. But they will eventually get to that layer 2 solution of Shibarium. Eventually. Jasmy already has that layer 2 solution, like I was mentioning, with centrality, right? 1000 TPS compared to your traditional ETH solution of, God, what is it, like 14 to 18 TPS? It's like horrible, right? Again, if you're like, oh, Max, you're full of it. No, I'm not. Look at the video. It says Jasmy and QNT. Again, QNT, as far as Overledger, is a possible, I know that this is where I get, the criticism, but a possible future maximized scaling solution. That sounds like an oxymoron to a sense, because as we know with scaling, there's really no ceiling, right? When it comes to true scalability, there's no ceiling. But with quants over ledger, that could be a possibility. And for people to say that it could be a possibility with anything, Max, you're full of it. No. Hyperledger fabric, right? Compatibility with overledger. That's a big thing, that update that happened a while back. And on top of that, going from centrality as the layer 2 solution to a future layered solution with quants overledger and everything that we've seen with the interoperability. So currently speaking, again, on the compare and contrast, you have a current layer 2 solution with Jasmy's centrality versus Shiba Inu's Shibarium, not there yet. Future vision and current scaling solutions are two different things, is it not? All right, look at this. So at press time, Shiba Inu's price, as you see right here, right, I'm not getting into all that, but I thought I'd share this with you. Now, in closing, I want to get into this next part because this is some of the good stuff. And basically speaking, it's like this. All right, so let me stop the share. If you're wondering, all right, especially if you're going to nerd it out, because a lot of you guys are going to nerd it out, and please smash that like if you haven't done so. I know that kind of ticked down a little bit, but I want you guys to hear this. Right, this is the final part of the compare and contrast. Basically speaking, with Jasmy compared to Shiba Inu, right? I could provide you with, like, for instance, these two differences. Okay, number one, Jasmy, the personal data locker. As we know, the personal data locker is a concept that involves individuals having their control over just that, their own personal data. And that is typically stored in a secure and private digital space, obviously. That course, with that PDL, aims to address concerns about data privacy, security, and ownership. With just that, the PDL, users can manage who basically has access to that data, what data is shared, and for what specific purpose. It allows users to have more control over their digital footprint and potentially share their data with various services while maintaining just that control. Now, let's compare this in closing with Shiba Inu's SSI, which is referred to as self-sovereign identity. Self-sovereign identity with Shiba Inu, with their future utility that they're, again, a pound at home, they're not there yet, is a decentralized digital identity model that gives individuals control over their identity information. SSI systems are designed to provide users with a secure and private way to manage their identity data and share it with others as needed. SSI typically involves the use of blockchain or other decentralized technologies to ensure data integrity and security. Users can store their identity attributes, so I mentioned attributes, and credentials in their digital wallets and selectively share them with verifiers or service providers without relying on a centralized identity provider. Now, with Jasmy's super wallet, they're looking to accomplish that future vision. Get what I'm saying? Again, in the future. So you could say that is another utility layer for Jasmy in the future. But when comparing to the two, Jasmy has the current utility instead of having a vision for that long-term utility layer. Does Jasmy take the cake over Shiba Inu? Well, you're going to have to make that conclusion for yourself, that decision for yourself. I hold, of course, both, and I'm glad I hold these. In closing, I just want to state this. While both concepts seem to emphasize just that control of data, privacy, and security over just that personal data, the concept of Jasmy's personal data locker, for instance, it's, you got to come to your own conclusion, right? Which one do you feel as though maybe is the better solution? I don't think that's the concept. The concept is recognizing opportunities. If you see things on sale and so on, maybe you want to not be a person that just owns one or the other. Maybe you do want to own both, but recognize what happens in the market and pay attention, of course, and have a Portfolio manager. This is why I mentioned like have a watch list after you made an account. And if you want a free account, just go to CMC, coinmarketcap.com. You can make a free account. It doesn't cost anything. No, I'm not going to give you some link for I can get a 10% discount. No, it's not like that. Like there's no such thing. Maybe there is, but I'm not aware of it. The point is, I just want to see you guys be able to manage your portfolio the right way, and just off the top of my head, I can tell you this flat out. If you're wondering what previous all-time highs for Shiba Inu were, it was 0.4088. Touched that for just a brief, or 89, brief moment and so on. Well, we were seeing some momentum with some of the recent news in regards to Shiba Inu. Of course, previous all-time highs for Jasmy is a whole different ballgame, right? But you got to keep in mind, pay attention to the concept of circulating supply, market cap, and so on. Jasmy, on the other hand, while both projects have been around for a long while, Jasmy's previous all-time highs, like some people say, that looks bad, right? It looks like a rug. Again, keep in mind there was only like a few million, right? Maybe like 1.5 million of Jasmy in circulation. Where on the other hand, Shiba Inu, different story. And also Shiba Inu was trending like nobody's business, right? Right after Doge, man, Shiba Inu was it, right? Think of how many projects basically made their model after Shiba Inu, right? We won't have to get into that. You guys might be even personally invested into some of those meme coins. Me, I'm not chasing after meme coins anymore, but I still hold some of the originals, if you will, the Cokes, the Pepsis, right? Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and so on. If Shiba Inu is going to have this future utility, that is absolutely awesome. Again, in closing, make up your own mind when it comes to all this, and none of it is financial advice. All right, I'm going to kick back into the comments. Glad to share that little compare and contrast with you guys. And let's get back into it. All right, so let's see where we're at. All right, so patiently patient says he's long-term on XRP. That's good. Crypto Winner says SSI, did someone say first of the month check? Yeah. All right, Blackwood. When institutions start buying is when the value of XRP moons. 29 billion left in circulation, divided amongst the exchanges. Could be wrong, but it's a good way of looking at it. Yeah, you might want to consider that, my friend. Not financial advice, but I'm just saying. To me, that's life-changing money, and I want you to obviously do well, but you got to do what you got to do. XDC, come on. I mean, you're probably going to do more than fine on XDC too. So, I should say if, more like when, right? When it comes to a lot of these things. Let's welcome back to the one only Selmo Fug. Glad to have you here, Selmo. Boom, right at like almost like a millimeter away from the camera, my friend. Glad to have you here. And Dingy says he sold all his SHIB bag a while ago and it became his XLM bag. Well, some of you guys do that. I don't necessarily do that. I only do that on I think a couple things. Like, what's the example I can give you? I think it was around this time last year, maybe give or take. I did with VGX, like I bought VGX at 40 cents, wrote it up to $1.10, $1.08, something like that. And then I profited like I think $1,800 on it, and then I swapped it to Luna Classic. But I'm down on my Luna Classic. Well, you get my point, right? We all got to do certain things. I still believe in Luna Classic though. Well, you could believe in it all you want, Max. I don't believe it anymore. Well, some people believe it, some people don't. I think it'll be more than fine though in the height of the bull market. I'm just throwing that out there. All right, Dingy. So many things could go wrong along the way. Okay. Dingy, winter, we had a small pump. People are hyped. It fell. Okay, you guys having a conversation. My bad. OG Crypto, would like to stay, but gotta go. Night all. Love you. Guys, be safe out there. No problem. You could always watch the rest of the replay if you want. And if you don't, that's fine too. Have a great night. You're probably gone by now. All right, let's see here. Greedy bastards. Crypto Winner. Hello, fam. Do you like crypto.com? ERC20 token. Do you know its origin? Crypto.org. CRO. It's native token built on the Cosmos Hub network, allowing you to stake your CRO token on the IBC. I didn't know that. That's cool. That's some new knowledge for me. Thank you. Blackwood, friend of mine, messaged me earlier asking what is XRP20. Looked it up, and it's an ETH-based XRP token. I'm good. Yeah, or not XRP20, XRP 2.0. Yeah, I mean, how darn that's an oxymoron if you think about it. Yeah, let me go buy some XRP 2.0. Really? Okay, what's the blockchain? And it literally shows that it's a token from Ethereum. It's like, how do we say it? It's like taking, I don't know, like a Ferrari with a V12 engine in it or something, and putting like a 4-cylinder, I don't know, Dodge Neon motor in it or something. Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway. All right. So Dingy says crypto is already being pushed in every country, and this technology is close to be world adopted. The metaverse, I feel like it's still very far. Yeah, one thing I think people don't understand when it comes to the metaverse, I look at the metaverse as there's so many layers to the metaverse. We're talking about utility layers and so on. Just hear me out for a second. So as you guys know, like I have a gaming background and so on. And I always tell people, it's like a good solid, even the AAA games, right? Minimum 1 year to develop a AAA game. Like with the Battlefield series, it's like 2 years. Okay. Well, if that's the case, and we're supposed to get AAA level metaverse, we haven't heard the concept of Shiba Inu's metaverse, which was, originally they hired a guy from Activision. Remember the AAA style? So they're going to have a AAA style metaverse. And I remember when they were first talking about that was like in 2021. There's so many people who are like, oh, how come we don't have, this whole concept of, Shiba Inu metaverse yet? Okay. Shiba Inu in itself, the metaverse is not just gaming, right? Is it not? It's education. It's, a virtual shopping mall. There's so many layers of the metaverse. So for one, it's not just like like the concept of developing a AAA first person shooter video game, right? Where that's the whole focus. Again, multiple layers of commerce in itself in that, not just the entertainment side, the educational side, you name it. That is going to take one hell of a lot of resources as far as development and so on. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I honestly think that's why when you saw, I didn't get a chance to share that part, but it mentioned in regards to Shiba Inu's metaverse that we won't get it until possibly the end of this year, and it will only be a partial part of the Shiba Inu metaverse, right? Which tells me, okay, that's like a nice way of saying like, the alpha version or the beta version or like a demo. Remember back in the day, especially, shout out to GF Burke, it's like, remember back in the late 90s and early 2000s before you're going to try like a major, AAA game, I remember Medal of Honor Allied Assault. I was like, oh my God, this is like Saving Private Ryan, the video game. But before we got that video game, we were installing a multiplayer demo. The way I look at the metaverse, having a partial metaverse, that's kind of like our demo, right? It's not done yet. And to be honest, I mean, I'm thinking like those that were mentioned in 2021, those are like 3 to 4 years, basically speaking, if they're done right. I mean, what kind of metaverse do we technically have right now that's usable? We have what Meta provides, which most people aren't that wild on it. We have, for instance, what the Sandbox provides, which is, let's face it, they got at least something there, but it's not that polished, shined up version. It kind of looks like, let's be honest, it looks like kind of like Minecraft to a sense, but different. There's Decentraland. And then other than that, you have everything else that's kind of like unfinished projects, right? They're trying to achieve something. They have ones that are built on Unreal Engine 5. They look like you're literally playing like a version of Grand Theft Auto. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Those are game engines converted into metaverse. I know that we don't cover MMI here anymore, but I mean, I still follow what engines they use and so on. There's nothing wrong with that. They wouldn't be the first one to use the Unreal Engine. And, that's a great engine to use for that platform. But the point is, that's a lot of manpower for all these different metaverse projects. And even with Shiba Inu, with the budget they have, you cannot expect them to have this all done in the time frame that everybody was hoping it to be done. I'm done talking about the metaverse, but you get what I'm saying. Let's welcome Larry. He says, "Sup all, glad to have you here." Crypto Winner says his thoughts. Exactly, XRP is hold on. I don't know what that means. Going to bring more volatility, which is so healthy. Look at Bitcoin today, dead as a roadkill. Godspeed XRP, the best is yet to come. Yeah, that's a good point. Ah, man, somebody took my back scratcher off of my desk and put it somewhere else. That's all right. Kind of need it right now. I need my Mac scratcher. All right, let's see here. And we're going to read just a couple more comments, and we're going to wrap things up here shortly. All right. Newman, welcome back. Welcome back, Newman. No, I'm kidding. Jerry Seinfeld. LCX is a gem partner with Stellar, both working with FedNow. Yeah, we did the whole FedNow thing with both XRP, XLM. Did a whole deep dive featuring Rue Black. Shout out to Rue. Brother Rue. All right, Crypto Winner. Dingy, you could do it. You can do it. Another XLM member. It's just a matter of time. Pinky, tomorrow we will take over the world. Oh, yeah. Dr. Evil. Yeah. So basically, XRP is going to have to integrate in their blockchain a token swap to reconvert. Okay, you guys talking about that still. All right, let's go further down. Metaverse is nothing new. It's basically this. Yeah, that is true. I remember I gave Second Life a try, and I was like, this is like, I'm good. I wasn't wild on it. But yeah, Second Life has been around for a long. The concept of that, yep, that was the precursor of the metaverse. I would agree. Cosmos Hub takes ERC20 tokens and even wrap Bitcoin and converts them into IBC. If you guys had IBC root beer, it's not bad. Whatever happened to Shivers? That's what's going to come out apparently somehow at the end of the year, and it's only a partial. And that was what Satoshi Kisama was trying to share. Maybe I have it right here. Hold on a second. Let me see if this comes up. Partial. I had it on a different page, I guess. Sorry about that. Yeah. Well. I know where it's at. It was on this one. That was the last part of my outline. Yeah, I was going to give you guys visuals, wasn't I? Ha! Well, that's okay. That's for another day. Let me see if it's on that one. Shiba Inu's metaverse will. Here was the one I was going to share real quick with you. Sorry about that. I'm going to wrap things up though. Shiba Inu's metaverse will partially open up by the end of 2023. This is from CoinDesk. Developers say the metaverse is unlikely to be fully completed on release, as it will be an ongoing project. All right. Let's read the last bit of comments. Brittany's got the thumbs up. Thank you so much for the likes and all that, Brittany. And did she? All my stocks are metaverse companies related. He's invested there. It's down lower than crypto. Got wrecked. Yeah, here's the thing, right? In 2021, did really well with crypto, but on my 2021 stocks, I got wrecked. That's why I don't really talk much about my stocks. I hold stocks. I got wrecked on a lot of my stocks, though. Anyway, all right, Crypto Winner, the inter blockchain communication protocol. What are you, Rip Torn from freaking Men in Black? Like intergalactic care. Remember how I used to say that? All right, the inter blockchain communication protocol, IBC, which sounds like the freaking root beer, opens new windows, is a protocol to handle authentication, transport of data between two blockchains. IBC requires a minimal set of functions. Crypto Winner, let me ask you something, right? A while back, you were saying that you got divorced and that you're single. Are you still single? And if so, do you literally show up to these parties in NYC, whether, I don't know, one of the 5 boroughs, I forgot what borough you live in. I mean, do you go to Brooklyn? Do you go to Queens, Staten Island, the Bronx? I don't know. Like, where do you go? Or do you go like uptown Manhattan, Harlem, or something like that? And You know, you go to one of these parties late at night and try to impress the women, and you're like, the inter-blockchain communication protocol opens no window. It's a protocol to handle authentication and transport of data between two blockchains. IBC requires a minimal set of functions. And with that said, I want to give you my Eagle Scout badge. I'm kidding. You don't sound like that, but I'm just saying. All right. Blackwood, the day I stopped playing Second Life was when a mod of raining Captain American heads fell from the sky. He's screaming the word, wow, really? I exited the game and never looked back. That's crazy. I could totally picture that. That's insane. I'd be like, I'm out of here, man. I am done. I'm looking to MicroStrategies. What you guys think? Crypto winner, yes. No more Chinese. Remember, yeah, that's true. AW best root beer and cream soda. Yeah, for cream soda, it's good. Vanilla ice cream. My favorite, actually, believe it or not, is Barks root beer because it's the only one that has caffeine. That's why they say Barks, the one with bite. But yeah, A&W root beer is good. They used to have a Long John Silver / A&W root beer, like a half and half, and had like an old 1950s / early 60s jukebox. But the place went out of business when COVID happened. I was like, dang COVID. Blah. All right. With that said, guys, that's going to conclude the show. I did read all the comments. Thank you so much for being here. Some of this, of course, will get chopped up. But, you know, at the end of the day, glad to give you guys the last week in review, what was reported over the weekend. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I think we will get the blast off that we need. I know we've all been patiently waiting for a lot of it and so on. But I think the true Fed pause, man, whenever that happens, will be the precursor to liftoff, if you will. So we'll see what happens with all this. You guys, can't thank you guys enough. Keep your thoughts and prayers for some of your fellow CTN brothers in arms. A lot of us have been dealing with a lot of heart-wrenching things, whether it's you, Selmo, with what happened recently with your dogs or, you know, your family, Blackwood, River, even myself. A lot of us, we're going through a lot of stuff, right? You want to know something? I don't dismiss it. My thoughts and prayers are with you guys big time. And I want to thank you again for tuning in. We'll be back here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific for more Crypto Talk Now. Know what you hold, know why you hold it. The FUD gets trumped by proper research, 110%. We'll see you guys on the next one. Outro about ready to play. Please smash that like on your way out. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.